We love hip
I have over
hop.
here. Somebody hit me up on Reddit in the comments and said, you guys need to cover this. Okay. It's basically on how the next star will emerge. I guess people have been listening to our conversations about the next Drake.
The torch.
Who Drake passed the torch to, the Toronto scene being dead. You know, we're known for like, what did they say in those TV shows? You might know me from such classics as the Toronto scene is dead. Right? Like, so people have been hitting us up with like, yo, maybe y'all, there's some suggestions for y'all. So it says right here, I remember DJ Natural said this on an episode before, streamers are the new rappers, facts. And they have an interview with Adam22 and Say Cheese. So I'm going to go a bit forward to where Say Cheese was talking about a few more of like, to link up with what we're talking about.
Hey, shout out to whoever posted this.
Yeah, Don't Know Anything is who posted this on the We Love Hip Hop Canada Reddit. You know something?
What do you guys think that you guys could do to help the music space get back in a better position?
Artists, I think first it starts with the fans. Fans, they just don't care. Like fans, we've seen everything from gay artists to fat artists to skinny artists to artists that got shot 100 times to the fans have seen it all.
You're not gonna be like, gayer than Lil Nas X. You're not gonna be fatter than Big X the Plug.
Or the lean dude,
Dave Blunt. Okay, you're never gonna be. Oh, that's the king of fat.
We've seen it all. We're in the music space remember when it was Wiz Khalifa? Yeah. It was Big Sean, that whole blog era that they always talk about on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then Chief Keef came and disrupted the market. Somebody has to come disrupt the market. And it's not gonna come from the internet. It's gonna come from a space where it's real. And then their neighborhood, block, city, region can come behind and tell the internet that this is the real thing. It's gonna, everything, look, when an artist signs now, they do the same 4 things. They're gonna go do a rap radar. They're gonna go do a mic hanging shit. They're gonna go do a TikTok campaign. Yeah. There's no new. Everybody's doing the same thing. They're all spinning them through the same wheel. You know what I'm saying? The next big star is gonna be from his space.
Yeah.
He's not gonna run to a rap radar or do a dirty glove back. And this is no hate to those platforms.
Right.
But the next star is going to be so against what everybody else does. He's going to do it his way, and the people are going to gravitate to him. He's not going to go beg and scream and try to get those fans. They're going to come to him.
But I mean, when Chief Keef came out, it's like, hey, he was
so rebellious.
He's way more.
I'm just gonna play a little bit more of this.
Gangster than most of the established artists, and he's like 16.
Yeah.
So that was very mind blowing to a lot of people. We didn't even know that these kind of kids were really like that.
And he was rebellious.
Yeah.
When he did the 50 Cent shit, he didn't even show up to the shoot.
Come on, man.
You're right.
Kodak Black. When Drake wanted to do the song with Kodak Black in the beginning, was it skirt? Drake wanted to get on that.
Yeah.
But Kodak was like, no, I'm gonna do it my way, the hard way. Now you're building a foundation. Now your fans know you won't sell out. Now your fans know, you can smell it. You can just smell when something is real. And that's what is missing. Like everything's too funneled through that and seeded through blogs. And don't get it twisted, the blogs are great. Like me and Remo, we do, we do good business. But
We love
it gotta be from somewhere real, bro.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, big salute to Say Cheese. I think he was cooking. That new artist is going to be somebody who bucks the system, who is not trying to just get with everybody else just to be cool. They're going to be a standalone. And look at, like, he made examples like Kodak Black, who turned down a Drake feature. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, basically saying the new artist is going to be an outlier. They're not going to be using the blogs and all that to get across to the people. Thoughts?
It's interesting. I seen a stat the other day. 85% of the hits on Billboard from last year came from, like, they went viral on TikTok first.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? So, like, even the way how people are consuming music, like, even the way how music is breaking these days is completely different. So, like, the labels are kind of like scrambling on even like how to break an artist. So I do agree that, like, the next big artist, maybe even like in rap or whatever, is maybe gonna come from like because I look at Black Boy Max at what he's doing,
Mm-hmm.
and like just to see his ascension. I don't think he's gonna be the next one, but someone like that, you know, where like.
But didn't he chart with that song "Purple Dreads" or something like that, or "Pink Dreads"?
Yeah, he definitely charted, and he was Grammy nominated.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So like. That just goes to show you could stream in your bedroom and like kind of build up, because he has his own fan base just based off watching his streams.
Yeah, and they made the song on stream.
Yep, exactly. And then now he has big artists pulling up to his basically crib to record in his home studio, now making Billboard hits, you know?
Yeah. That might be maybe the source of the next rap star is the streamer who also makes good music and finds a way to get that to a whole audience before we even get to like the charts. Like it didn't stream on Spotify, it streamed on his stream first.
Because Drake, I feel like what made him so like monumental was he could rap phenomenally well and he could sing good enough where he could kind of like live in both worlds.
Yes.
So if there's someone who could like make phenomenal music but also do phenomenal streams, like kind of like bridge those two worlds. I could kind of see like that being like the new star.
It would have to be that person that they're an amazing artist, but them streaming isn't corny.
Exactly.
Because everybody else, the amazing artists, when they stream, people kind of look at it as low-key corny.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that person has to break the mold if they come from streaming. It might not come from streaming. We don't know.
Okay, so if we are to like localize this conversation, right? Like what made Drake different was he was going against the grain of the street rap that was prominent, right?
Yes, at the time.
And then everyone started doing like R&B, you know, type of vibes, and then it went back to the street stuff. So is the next artist gonna be more on the Mesquite side from Toronto in terms of who's gonna get the torch?
Maybe
the only artists from Toronto who have gotten the torch were kind of Mesquite. Like I don't think
every single one.
Well, Tory Lanez is like
he
wasn't like shoot 'em gang bang bang. Like he was more like he popped off with the say it, you know, with his girl tunes. You know, he wasn't popping off with like
hood like street tunes.
You know,
yeah, and like with all due respect, people aren't looking at Brampton as the most hood shit, even though Brampton got his shit going on. You know what I'm saying? But from his time of Brampton back in them days, like it was still underdeveloped and stuff. Like it's hard to like pull off, I'm the super hood man. But when he gets to singing, his voice be sweet. Like, oh shit, like he could sing a nice R&B tune. Sell that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the difference also, like you mentioned, because you mentioned Drake, he sang and he rapped and he showed his vulnerability in a time when everybody was hardcore. Right? There's gonna be somebody who has to break the mold to be able to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? We discussed last week, or the last episode about Prince and the gay shit, right? But like even somebody even looking different than everybody, like that person has to stand out and like be different and sound different. You know what I'm saying? But not only that, like introduce himself different than everybody else did. Because everybody's seen every other way that people have been introduced from what Say Cheese is saying here. You've seen them through a hanging mic. You've seen them on a blog. You see, like everybody's doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be about seeing them make the song now. Like I feel like every other version like is cookie cutter, like you were saying. Like we've seen it all, but I feel like you still are gonna end up being in that format. Like you got to change the format, but at the end of the day, like the blogs are going to pick it up. You might still have to do a hanging mic. I don't think it's going to be like completely erased.
No.
I was like going back to this clip. I was thinking about Kai Cenat and his Mafia-thon. Like imagine if like one of the chart topping artists did something like that. Like, oh, for the next 30 days, you're going to see exactly how I wake up, how I go through my day to day, like my bullshit schedule, like da-da-da. Like, and I feel like it's going to take an artist like that, like to show, because he was talking about authenticity and like being genuine and stuff. And I feel like they kind of took it as far as they could take it without kind of breaking the veil. So someone's going to have to like really break that third wall and be like, yo, this is what's really going on in the industry. My real fans, I'm going to show you my real life, and this is what's going on.
And you know, there's a story that I'm going to get to next before we get to our last story. I'm going to switch the stories around. There's something called Even, and we'll get to it in a separate segment, but even as like a direct-to-consumer site that artists use, especially independent artists, to be able to just be able to deal with their fans directly without having to deal with the streaming platforms and all of the bullshit that comes through that. That new artist that emerges from the scene, I also believe they're going to be developing their own fan base in a hub somewhere where everybody's like, yo, how could I get down?
There's going to be like exclusivity where it's like, it's not even on Spotify or YouTube. Like you got to go through their event. And it's like the streets are begging for it.
Or we might use even as one of the platforms, but they might have like their own website and, you know, you do a paywall, or they might be their Patreon or whatever. And you just pay the paywall and you get to see the full experience rather than just listening to their music. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be. Like we have so much information. Social media pumps us with so much. To be an artist that's really gonna be the next standout top artist, you could just be one of the artists. That's cool. But if you want to be the top, the fuck you gonna do?
Exactly.
It's a lot. It's like the hill has gotten higher of what you got to climb than back in the days, fam. You know what I'm saying? Before you just had to dress different, bro.
And I also think that like the idea of stardom now, because everyone thinks they're a star, everyone's gone viral a 1-2 times. It's like to have that star stature or position.
Yeah.
One, I don't know if it's even possible to have it like we've had it in the past. And two, you got to be like, you have to have so much aura. You have to be so likable. You can't reveal too much, but you have to also reveal a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
You have to be like unaffiliated with the streets, but still respected by the streets. Like there's a lot that will like have to be checked.
Yeah. And I feel like the audience is very segmented in the sense of kind of like what you said, like everyone's a star these days. Like me, like I don't consider myself a celebrity or anything. I'm a little popular, but like, okay, I have 200,000 followers. And if you think about it, that's a lot, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like, we all have large like followings. So if you kind of think about it, everyone kind of has their own group. You know what I mean? Rather than like one person having the majority. You know what I mean? It's like the majority has like their own little group. Like I have my own little following. We Love Hip Hop has a following. Bro Sound has a following. You know? Rather than like, oh, there's just like one celebrity and like all these people are just like looking up to this celebrity. You know what I mean?
That shit don't happen anymore.
There's no more monoculture.
Yeah,
exactly.
And the thing in Toronto, right? If we were to label one side of the city as the monoculture, like it might be the dance hall scene. You know what I'm saying? Where like everyone kind of tunes in. Like when LTL started popping off,
that's
like
fair. That's
even
fair.
though it was viral, like it was because you couldn't escape the song. Like every time you'd go to like one of these like Snoopy events, or you know, everyone was spinning it, and the people wanted to hear it. And then even their other songs people wanted to hear. So it was like an organic spread at the same time as the viral internet spread.
Yes, but they also helped to stoke that flame. Right? Like they made sure, besides their own social media pages, and there's like 6 mans in that crew, right? So they have 6 social media pages even, as well as their own like combined page that they can use to like pump the message. That shit was on bare people's pages, bro.
Facts.
Like the Daggeriddim Cypher,
Yeah.
they pushed that shit to so many people's pages that it was just like, who are these guys?
And like I
bro?
said, TikTok broke 85% of the hits last year. So a lot of artists are, oh, TikTok's for little girls. Well, I will never do that. And like they're missing out on literally where the audience is right now.
Yeah.
And I also feel like in a sense, LTL was like, they brought something different. Even though they didn't invent the genre or whatever. It was like, okay, like you're like Toronto kids making music that's like kind of good enough to play alongside the pop-in trap dance hall from Jamaica.
They brought something different in the sense of like, at that time, there'll be like one artist, he has his own producer, blah blah blah. But these are like 6 artists that decided to come together, you know, and like, okay, I have, like I just said, I have my local fan base, you have your local fan base. If we put all of our fan bases together, maybe they could push this song, you know, and that's literally what happened.
Their thing, their rebellion, or because everybody, getting back to the whole rebellion thing, their rebellion is in a society where everybody's just solo. Everybody's solo.
Facts.
They brought back crews, bro.
Facts.
Not even just like a duo or trio. Like there's like 6 mans in that crew, fam. That's like empire shit, bro.
Yeah.
Old head shit.
Non-political. The lyrics, like they're not violent or anything. So like girls can get down with it. And it's every one of the artists has their own unique voice.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone has their own fan to choose from.
Yeah, and
it might be a group that we pass the torch to.
And the thing is, like with that, like the society doesn't even help that to be something to grow, and that's why there's way less groups, or maybe no groups these days, because like one splitting the pie and all the different things. Like people started thinking about that over the years, and the amount of people that they've seen break up, and they're like, I'm not doing that in 2024 or 2025 when they came out. They said, fuck it, we're gonna do that and combine our audience. You know what I'm saying? So they went literally against the grain, bro.
And if you're taking, that's kind of what AMP did. You know, like Agent already had his own fan base, you know, fandom, everybody. But then they decided, oh, if we all join together, we could take like our 100,000 each and have millions of people watching us.
Yeah, yeah. That's and that's going against the grain now. Or that was going against the grain. Now people are seeing that happen, and they're following suit and creating a bunch of crews. So like going against the grain creates a trend.
Facts.
But then it's like now the trend makes that the norm, where like all you have is all these content houses and stuff, and now it's like gonna go back to being
fine.
solo.
As long as you're the ones the first ones who started it and whatever, and you attain a bunch of success, a bunch of people copy you after.
Facts.
I mean, start this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that was right. I think that was a good suggestion. Who suggested that over on Reddit? We gotta show the Reddit.
Don't know anything.
Don't know anything on Reddit over here on.
Let me see the comments.
Oh yeah. It's not much, but
he didn't care because he's a metalhead and is only in black spaces because it makes him money. Okay.
Adam.
Yeah. This was actually a great conversation by Friday Ricky Dread. It's facts. Rappers lame and have to use streamers for clout. Need you guys to revisit this topic on the pod one day. Would love to hear more about this topic. I think people are out of shit to rap about.
Yeah, this is what prompted this conversation, because he was like literally like, I need you guys to revisit this topic.
We
Thanks
love
for
hip
watching.
hop.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.